Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be talking about what really happened, or what has happened, to the New Year units. If you don't know, once upon a time there were New Year units that were released, and there is currently only 3 of them in the game, and none have been released since. I believe all of them released in the same year, and since we have not got any. So this is one of them. This is Melee, which we will be getting free in the the next update, which will be Purgatory Meliodas. We'll get a copy of him for free in an event. It's pretty good, I guess, box CC. This Jericho, I'll go over all the characters and what they do another time, but currently we'll just get here. The Jericho isn't the best, but for some reason they decided to go with Jericho, and the final one is, of course, Liz. Liz is one of the ones that I don't think she's never been out for free. I do also believe Jericho was also out for free at one point, but the others were, well, Liz wasn't, the others were. So first we're going to get on to Melee. Melee at the time was not actually a very bad unit. He had the Infect card, which was very useful, stopping healing at the time. Also prevention of Ultimate Gauge, which was also very decent. I think this was at a time where Green Gotha was new, or Green Gotha wasn't in the game at all, so characters that could control Ultimate Gauge were pretty massive. Of course, you've got the normal weak point Demon Melee Ultimate. He also shares the same stats, meaning all these stats are the exact same for that Melee as well. But the reason he was actually very useful is that whenever he used to kill an enemy, he used to steal their ultimate gauge, which was very useful for the fact that a weak point at the time was very strong, and is still somewhat strong in today's meta, so to say, as a Philo. But the fact that he could steal ultimate gauge, he could practically nuke someone if they were going to ult rush, which was super useful at the time. He hasn't got a relic, he hasn't really gotten anything since. We didn't even get his Falafel for free. So with the New Year character, you only got the outfit, you didn't get the cosmetic or the weapon for free, you actually have to buy them with diamonds. You still have to buy them with diamonds, and they're only out at New Year time, which is kind of stupid. I don't know why they just don't give them to us for free. Of course, you don't need duplicates for him. I just want to give him just box CC, to be fair. That's really it. Jericho, she's not the worst. I wouldn't say she's the best, but I guess she was somewhat useful at the time. I remember using her with Guluita back on when I had 2 counts at one point. I don't anymore. I only got 1 now. But yes, you can lower HP related stats, which is very good, especially at the time. Lowering lifesteal was insane, as lifesteal wasn't as high as it was today. Lifesteal today can be much higher than it was back in the day. Also, she's got an explosion card. Explosion isn't the worst, but at level 2 and level 3, it's not too bad. It's 1 turn. It means if they don't cleanse that turn, they take the damage. She has been given for free before, and she's been a few banners, mainly like event banners, and you can see I do have her 3/6. Of course, you don't need copies for her. Spike damage, not really that big. But her passive was the main reason I actually used to use her, which is if a critical strike occurs from an ally's attack on an enemy, each ally's crit chance is increased by 5%. Obviously, this works in the back as well, and Escanor would crit back in Gluia quite a bit. So would Green Gotha, because Green Gotha actually had really good stats at the time. Which means that you would gain like 10, 15, 20% crit chance, plus Gotha's crit chance, plus, the one's buffs that he just naturally gets from being the one, which is very useful, especially for back in the day where like crits were big. Outfits-wise, once again, we haven't actually got anything else for her. I don't think this is actually her weapon. I think it's just a random weapon I equipped for her. But we've not been given her full set, which means that I believe with the next update, which is Purg Melee, they are adding all the outfits for all the cosmetics and weapons for these guys back, so you could buy them if you want the whole set. I don't see the real reason why, but some people might want to do that. And once again, she does not have a relic. And now the final New Year character, which is this Liz. I don't actually have her. She's never been given out for free. She has a healing card, which is AoE. So the level 1 is only heals the one ally. Level 2 heals all allies, but less. Level 3 heals all allies and just a little bit more. She also has a remove debuffs from all, which is actually pretty good. It's a cleanse, and it's also a buff card at level 2, increasing defense-related stats by 50% for all. Oh my god, that's from all allies. Oh my god. That's very good. For a level 2 card, 50% attack defense-related stats increase is actually insane. Obviously, then at level 3, removes debuff, same thing, grants debuff immunity, and defense-related stats increased by 80% for 3 turns, which is also very good. I don't think she was actually. Maybe she was used at the time. I'm not too sure because I never really saw that this Liz used much. Of course, she has the normal Liz ultimate, which is the same as Hostess and all those other ones. I believe she also shares the same outfits as well as the Relic as well. The Relic is increase HP. I think HP or HP related stats by 15%, which is very good, very useful. Increase allies' recovery rate by 10% every time the hero heals an ally. So, of course, her normal, pretty much whenever you use this card, you'll proc her passive. Unfortunately, it's up to 10 times, meaning it will take you 10 cards to do it, but if they were to, let's say, revamp an old character like her, they would make it probably 3 or 4 times to make it so you wouldn't have to be lucky enough to pull 10 cards, because nowadays, a game doesn't last 10 turns, a game lasts about 3 or 4 turns if you're lucky, because there are a lot of high characters with very high stats. But overall, I think that they got used to, instead of having all these smaller characters for New Year, they decided to just bring out a new festival melee, or a new festival melee every year. And I think that's the way it's going to continue as the game progresses and gets older and older. They're just going to make more festival melees every New Year, because I just think it's something they're going to do now. I don't think these old characters were really. I thought they probably saw the sales at New Year, thought, okay, the sales aren't too good, what's the best way to do it? Every broken unit, every broken melee will come out at the same time every year. It also means that people know to save up for end of year, because it's going to always be a broken melee, because New Year is always Meliodas. Of course, recently we've also had the Ultimate 1 Escanor, who is also a very broken unit and was very close to end of year, coming out in November. Well, let me check. Doesn't actually say when he came out, but I believe he came out either very start of December or the end of November. Actually, probably end of November. But yeah, I think that they've just given up for New Year characters. I think they're more. I think that's the reason they do wedding characters now. So if you don't know, wedding Brynhild. Here you go. So this is wedding Brynhild, and you also have this wedding Diam. They sort of have the same all white style to them. I think the reason they're now going to go for the wedding stuff is that they can just bring that out any time of year, because it's an easy outfit, very easy concept. You don't have to follow seasons, for example, Halloween or Christmas or summer. They can release them whenever, and they're still actually pretty good. Anyway, that's really it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.